Morning, friends and neighbors. It's Wednesday. It is February 28th, the last day of February, thank goodness. Although it's actually been really nice weather in New England. In fact, when I was in California last week, it was actually warmer here in Massachusetts than it was in San Diego. Good morning, Danielle. But the weather, March is coming, and March is a long month. I think that's why they call it March, because it just slowly marches along. Hi, Lori. So as you guys know, I love doing some free readings for viewers. So I'm going to jump right into that. I use a combination. Right, your friends back home, Danielle said her friends back home in California are dying because it's cold. And it's so funny because I was out there, last week in like a tiny little coat, and they're walking around with parkas and hoodies and, scarves and hats and all that good stuff. So we're going to get started. We're going to be doing readings today, as always. There's a couple different ways that I, tap into my intuition. One way is I love to read aura colors, and I know it sounds totally woo-woo, and I get that. It's something that I developed because when I lived in San Francisco years ago, I worked an aura camera, and I was finding that, the camera colors, I could kind of guess what they were going to be before they came through on the photo. So that's been kind of a fun thing, and we can all do it. We can all tap into it. It's just a matter of looking for it, right? And then the other thing that I love to do is using this awesome deck of tarot cards, the Osho Zen deck, which I just feel like brings a beautiful combination of East and West traditions, because we're talking about both, Zen Buddhism, hi Kristen, as well as the Eastern tarot and occultism and hermeticism and all that good stuff, which I'm learning so much about these days. It's wonderful. Full disclosure, kiddos are screaming, so we will see how this goes today. Let's go ahead and pull up the cards. So I'm going to start with you, Danielle. Immediately when I even said your name, I was seeing pink, but I'm also seeing some purple too. So I don't know if you've been finding an increase in just a sense of peace in your life, or something of that nature. I just sense that you have this really great connection right now with your higher self and the higher being within, and as well as, in the universe. I'm getting this, actually it's funny, it's this color right here, if you can see it. This beautiful pink, purple, blue. I know last time let me see. Okay, I've got you. Awesome. So let's go ahead. Oh, yay, Danielle. She said things are coming together for her. So yay. Hopefully we'll get a card that will either highlight that, or if it gives us a place to work, then you'll be ready for this message. Oh, you got the Lovers. We got this card yesterday. This card is showing up a lot, and I love it. Such a beautiful card. So transformative. You see the partners looking in each other's eyes. This is a card of transformation. This is a card of alignment. Love is the center of the universe. God is love, right? And by tapping into our capacity to love, not just the other, because if you look at this couple, they're pretty much the same, they are mirrors of each other. One looks more masculine than the other, but otherwise there's very little difference between the two. And it's a reminder that our capacity to love outside of ourselves is directly connected to our capacity to love within ourselves. What this card brings about for me is a recognition that sometimes things happen in our lives, like falling in love, or just something kind of serendipitous that just shifts our entire perspective. You think you're going to go along this way, this way, this way, this way, and then something big and beautiful happens, and it doesn't always have to be negative, right? Our fears are soil and they are transformative, but there's also a possibility to transform through love and through something that comes into our lives that just shakes us up in a really, really positive way. So something like that is happening for you, Danielle. I am going to pull up the book. I didn't read from the book yesterday for this card, and I realized after the fact that I think my guides were telling me to do so. So here we go. What we call love is really a whole spectrum of relating, reaching from the earth to the sky. At the most earthly level, love is sexual attraction. Many of us remain stuck there because our conditioning has burdened our sexuality with all kinds of expectations and repressions. Actually, the biggest problem with sexual love is that it never lasts. Only if we accept this fact can we then really celebrate it for what it is, welcome its happening, and say goodbye with gratitude when it's not. Then as we mature, we can begin to experience the love that exists beyond sexuality and honors the unique individuality of the other. We begin to understand that our partner often functions as a mirror, reflecting unseen aspects of our deeper self and supporting us to become whole. This love is based in freedom, not in expectation or need. Its wings take us higher and higher toward the universal love that experiences all as one. I can completely testify to the importance of finding a love and within ourselves that is not based on expectation or need. That's something that I think a lot of us struggle with. So this is all about, the sheer joy of giving love and loving yourself that way. I really think that that's the message for you specifically, Danielle. But also there's some stuff with your hubby there. Maybe you can enlighten us if you want to let us know how that relates to you. But it's definitely a card of transformation and growth and maturity and becoming more connected with our spirituality, which I know you are experiencing in your life. So kudos to you, because it's not easy to make those changes. And I'm just so excited for you to see what this year has to bring, because you are doing the work. And that's all we can ask of ourselves. Just putting one foot in front of the other and actually doing the work. Okay. So, Lori, you are the next one to hop on. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Before I do that, though, let me tap into your energy. I'm seeing greens and blues big time for you, which is a lot of love. I know there's a new baby in your life, so there's that. But I'm just getting just a lot of love and some white orbs as well. So you have a lot of guides on your side right now. There's even some yellow too, this curiosity and the sense of personal power that's coming through. So I'd be interested to see if the card has something more to say about this yellow. So let's go ahead and pull a card for you. All right, Lori. You got... Okay, great. Danielle, I'm going to, actually, Lori, I'm going to take a second on yours because it wasn't even coming through yet because this message was coming through. We have been having issues regarding what I want to do for a career, but since I've actually decided and made steps towards something, things have been so much better. And I'm feeling better about myself too. My gratitude practice is definitely helping. Beautiful. And Danielle, what I see for you with regards to the Lover's card is that not only is that going to help your relationship, but also, you're finding love in something you're doing. You're finding something in your life that inspires you, and that will pull you forward and transform you, which is what it's doing, and it's helping all areas of your life. So you're in a beautiful place, and I'm so happy for you. So yeah, thank you for sharing that with us, and definitely, keep going. All right, so Lori, you got, actually, I don't even know what number in the deck this is. I'm assuming this might be something to do. I don't think I've ever gotten this card. So, we're going to play together and see what the deck has to say, what the book has to say, and then go from there because, it's always good to get new awarenesses. And the name of the card is Existence. So it's the first card in the major arcana, which traditionally is the Magician, And that's what threw me off, because in my head I'm going, where is like the masculinity to this card? But maybe it doesn't need it, right? Maybe that's something that we are forgetting, that really truly being one with existence and channeling the power of the universe into reality, maybe it doesn't require this really rigid masculine view, and you can just be open to the elements. I love the juxtaposition of the beautiful open sky and the lush green sprout that she's sitting in. So let's go ahead and read this. You are not accidental. Existence needs you. Without you, something will be missing in existence and nobody can replace it. That's what gives you dignity, that the whole existence will miss you. The stars and sun and moon, the trees and birds and earth, everything in the universe will feel a small place is vacant, which cannot be filled by anybody except you. This gives you a tremendous joy, a fulfillment that you are related to existence, and existence cares for you. Once you are clean and clear, you can see tremendous love falling on you from all dimensions. How beautiful is that? This figure sits on the lotus leaf of perfection, gazing at the beauty of the night sky. She knows that home is not a physical place in the outside world, but an inner quality of relaxation and acceptance. The stars, the rocks, the trees, the flowers, fish and birds, all are our brothers and sisters in this dance of life. Now is the time to look at whether you are allowing yourself to receive the extraordinary gift of feeling at home wherever you are. If you are, be sure to take time to savor it so it can deepen and remain with you. If, on the other hand, you've been feeling like the world is out to get you, it's time to take a break. Go outside tonight and look at the stars. Oh my gosh. So Lori is someone who once gave me that advice because she had a dream that I needed to go look at the stars, and it changed my life. So Lori, I hope that I can return the favor, and this beautiful synchronistic moment can return the favor to go outside tonight and look at the stars. How magical is that? I love this. If, on the other hand, you've been feeling like the world is out to get you, it's time to take a break. That is really the key to all of this, is what we cultivate within, so without. So every day that we can find moments that open our experience and make us feel more alive, every day that we can find something within ourselves that makes us feel happy, even if there's nothing else to, actually, Lori, this is a beautiful day to look at the stars. It's the full moon. Hi, Chase wants to say hi. Honey. Hi. Can you go back to your room till the clock turns green, please? Thank you. Don't forget your elephant, stuffed animal.
I want to leave it here.
Oh, you want to leave him here with me? Cool. You know I love elephants.
Can I stay right here?
Okay. So, so I forget my train of thought, but I love that so what I was saying is as within, so without. So as we grow in our ability to cultivate joy and love, regardless of our external circumstances, the more our external circumstances are going to have to come and meet. Oh my gosh, your birthday's on March 1st. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, yeah, full moon's not today, it's tomorrow. Happy almost birthday, Lori. Oh my gosh, and here I was like, come over for tea. Oh good, well you'll have to come over for tea now. It's your birthday, we'll celebrate. So the beautiful thing of this is that it's a reminder that we actually have complete control over our external circumstances by making our internal world as beautiful and rich and happy and joyful as possible. And we have control over that. We can choose in every moment to choose joy. So as you go about your day today, that's something to take with you. So look at the stars tonight. I love it. And it'll be warm too, somewhat. Okay. Kristen, darling, are you here? Do I have permission? Hey, John. John, you want a reading today? All right, let's start with Kristen. Kristen, I know I can. There she is. Okay, let me tap into you. I love the yellow I get from you immediately. It's like bright white yellow, like love. And there's definitely some pinks and greens too. So just a lot of love. Let me see if there's anything. I'm getting some orange too. So that's some relationship stuff. That's some relating, creation, the sense of your fire within yourself. So I'm definitely getting a little bit there as well. And sometimes when the colors show up, it means they're in balance. And sometimes they show up because they're out of balance. I know that's confusing, but it's really a matter of like, these are the issues that are forefront. And often they are actually like the good and the bad are very much connected. So when the things are more intense, it's not always a bad thing. It's actually because there's other energies trying to come through that are more positive to balance them out, if that makes sense. All right, Kristen, we're going to go ahead and pull for you. This card wants to be pulled. Okay, all right, I'm getting you. It's like falling out of the deck. Interesting. Talk about that orange I was mentioning and some of the other yellow and greens and, yeah, pinks. It's all there, right? So this is a card called Participation. It's the 4 of, is it fire? This deck? Yeah, I think it's fire. Hello. I should know this. Yeah, it's fire. Participation. And this is a beautiful card of cooperation and just like co-creating with others. You see these figures that are sitting and receiving together, and there's this beautiful interplay of energy. Can we look at this? We've got like pillows and blankets. It's not time. We'll have to have a conversation about this, huh, Chase? All right, so we're talking about the 4 of fire. You know what? I don't even care because at least he's getting some positivity, right? Yeah. I love you. Little goober. All right, so it's a beautiful mandala it's created. So I'm going to hold the card up a little bit while we talk about it some more. Have you ever seen night going? Very few people even become aware of things which are happening every day. Have you ever seen the evening coming? The midnight and its song? The sunrise and its beauty? We are behaving almost like blind people. In such a beautiful world, we are living in small ponds of our own misery. It is familiar, so even if somebody wants to pull you out, you struggle. You don't want to be pulled out of your misery, of your suffering. Otherwise, there's so much joy all around. You have to just be aware of it and to become a participant, not a spectator. Philosophy is speculation, Zen is participation. Participate in the night leaving. Participate in the evening coming. Participate in the stars and participate in the clouds. Make participation your lifestyle, and the whole existence becomes such a joy, such an ecstasy. You could not have dreamed of a better universe. I love this, and it actually brings me back to Lori's card that was all about, you know, we were talking a lot about this sense of like how much we're needed by the universe, right? So that card of existence saying the stars and the trees and all of that would miss you if you weren't there. And that's kind of similar to what this card is saying, which is trust that you have a place, there's a place for you and that you're meant to be here.
I'll close the door.
Okay. Thank you. The poor kid though, you should be in there with him and why don't you go play with him?
But I want to stay in here.
Sorry, guys. So I'm definitely receiving that. I think what I'm also seeing is just to be reminded of the joy in your life, you know, reminded of all the beautiful things that happen with or without your knowing. And it brings me back to something we talked about a couple weeks ago. Our bodies have trillions of cells that are acting together in concert so that we can breathe and exist and have skin and have hair, and they're all aligned. Trillions of cells. On top of that, our heart beats 100,000 times a day without our conscious awareness of it. You know, these are things that are beyond our understanding and yet happen every single day. And if we can participate with that, we can participate with the breaths going in and out all day long, with our heart beating, with our body existing, with nature being what it is. That's the other thing from that I'm getting for you, Kristen, is cultivate more time for self-care. Find something that you love to do that you know is very positive. So whether that's going for a walk in the woods or spending time by the ocean or, you know, writing outside, you know, getting back into that connection with the earth is also going to serve you as you face some of the challenges that you're going through. I know I just did an amazing interview with this woman her name is Elena Lipson, and whenever she's got a lot of challenges going on in her life, rather than try to attack the issue head on and spend more and more time on that, she actually spends more and more time on herself. So she makes sure that she's extra good to herself. If she knows she's going on stage that day and speaking, she wakes up even earlier, spends even more time cocooned in her self-love. So I wanted to let you know that that is something that is also coming up for you. So I hope that is helpful, Kristen. All right, John, let's go ahead and pull a card for you. I wonder if you're our first male reading that I've done, which not that matters, but it's just funny, you know? Huh. What do you think, Chase? Not so much. Do you want a reading someday? He doesn't know what's going on. He's never seen me do